Welcome back to another Gacha update where I bring all of the limited time content and rewards in my Gacha games into one video. Subscribe if you'd like to never miss out on a banner, event, or deadline ever again. Here are all of the current deadlines for Genshin, Zenless, and Wuthering Waves. Enjoy. Let's get started with Genshin Impact, which is currently running Shilonen and Shiori for 7 more days alongside their character trials. Our first event is a rare co-op event. As of yesterday, this one's rewards are fully available to obtain. It took me about 30 minutes to get all the rewards, and I was actually a little shocked by the difficulty. Now, I wasn't trying my absolute hardest, nor did my random teammates and I form the greatest team comps, but at the end of the day, it's Genshin Impact. I never would have thought I'd miss out on some of the bonus sections for completing the fight in a faster time limit, and I especially never would have thought it possible that we couldn't beat a boss within the total time given. Genshin just isn't really that type of game to make you struggle like that. It doesn't really matter though how hard it is because you can get all of the rewards regardless. You'll just have to spend more time doing more runs. This is very, very far from the greatest event ever, but I am a sucker for any reason to co-op in Genshin, especially when you add 420 primos to it to make it worth my time. This event is running for 6 more days, so it ends on Sunday the 27th. That's your final day. There's also a TCG event going that gives you the usual coin rewards if anybody cares about that. I will say that if you haven't played TCG in a while, like since it came out, they've added a lot of new content, mostly new cards, but still there's a lot of new stuff there. You might want to check it out and maybe even do this event. The next 3 tabs are for doing permanent content within a time limit. This is going to be the future of Genshin deadlines, as it seems they really want you to try to stay caught up with the current releases. The first timer to mention has only 60 primos and some resources for Shilonen. This is rewarded for doing the Children of Echo's Tribal Chronicle questline. Even though the reward isn't really that great, you will probably end up doing this content later anyway, so you might as well do it now to get the 60 extra primos. This one only has 7 days left. It ends at the same time as Shilonen's banner. The second timer is for finishing the Natlin Archon quest up to Act 4. This is the most recent story update and it's going to take you several hours to complete, but luckily you'll be given a full month to do it and get 500 primos for doing it. The third and newest addition to Genshin's deadlines is a bonus 400 primos for exploring Natlin and completing a world quest within the next 70 days. This is confirmed to be a permanent feature for all of future Natlin expansions and probably all future regions as well. The Genshin Battle Pass has just under a month remaining. The Spiral Abyss reset recently, so you have about 25 days to go back and get a few pulls from it. The new change has taken effect, so if you clear floor 11 with 3 stars last rotation, then floor 9 will be automatically completed this rotation. You can also clear floor 12 with 3 stars if you're able, and have floor 10 automatically completed for the next rotation. This is kind of a minor change since floor 9 and 10 really don't take that long anyway, especially now that the Abyss is on a 1-month cycle. Also, the Theater and Paimon's Bargain tab of the shop share a 10-day timer until their next reset. So a little over a week to get into the theater and get that done, and also spend your Stardust to get 5 limited and 5 standard banner pulls. Moving on to Zin List, which is currently running the newest character, Bernice. She will be running for 2 more weeks alongside her character demo for 20 polychrome. The event tab in this game is getting very bloated with content that shouldn't really be classified as an event since it doesn't have a time limit. So if you see any more tabs listed here than I mentioned, those are permanent gameplay features that just released and have no deadline. Our first actual event to mention is the Cheesetopia Overlord's Feast event. This is a major one that rewards you 1,300 polychrome, a hamster cage pass, and a copy of Lucy. It takes about 30 minutes or less, but you have to be fully caught up in the main story to participate. There's only 13 days remaining on this one, and boy, it would suck to miss out. We also have 2 check-in events running for the next 13 days where you'll need to log in a total of 7 days to receive the goodies. The first is the one that's been going for a while. It's for a 10 pull on the limited banner, and the second is a newer one that gives you a 10 pull on the Bane Boo banner. The newest event is about a 30-minute commitment to playing Zenless's take on Geometry Dash. Speak with Nicole in the Play Store and then go to the computer when prompted to do so, and you'll find the event button in the bottom right. This event wants you to do 10 total stages of a minigame where you just move up and down to dodge obstacles and collect fish things. Something about the visuals on this gives me a massive headache whenever I'm staring at it for too long, but other than that, I kind of enjoyed the idea of it. You got 6 days left to finish this one to claim your 450 polychrome. The next event is the Ambush Node found over in the Shu Defense. It will be running for 15 more days with 600 total polychrome available if you can complete it. The main goal of this one is to survive and die as little times as possible. You don't need to beat it within a certain time. We're also running a double drop event for the routine cleanup, which is the content that drops the discs. Your first 2 runs of the day will give you a double the reward for the next 3 days. The Zenless Battle Pass still has 13 days remaining on it, just like the Cheesetopia event. The Critical Node, aka the Spiral Abyss, has 10 days left till its reset. The Logistics Shop outside shares that same 10-day timer. I believe it resets every other Critical Node reset. The Signal Shop found in the Cash Store also has 10 days remaining if you haven't already stopped by and get the classic 5 standard and 5 limited banner pulls. And finally, Wuthering Waves, which is currently running Shorekeeper for only 2 more days. Tomorrow, Wednesday the 23rd, is her last day unless you wake up really early on the 24th. This goes for a lot of Wuthering Waves events. As for those events, we still have a check-in event running for 2 more days as well. Hopefully you've already been doing this one since it takes several days of logging on to complete it. If you haven't finished it yet, you should still try to maximize your rewards since the first several are arguably the most important ones. They kind of drop from enemies that you wouldn't regularly be killing because those enemies don't drop echoes. The next 2 events are tied to the main story, meaning you'll have to finish all of the main quest line to be able to do them, which can take you quite a while. Both events have 22 more days remaining. Once you have them unlocked, though, it takes you less than an hour to fully complete both of them, giving you 740 astrite and a free 4-star weapon. Up next, back to that 2-day timer, there is the door event still running right now. It's a co-op event. If you want to do it in co-op, you can also do it solo. This one's actually pretty quick, too. It gives you 600 astrite for maybe about 20 minutes of your effort. Next is the Parade of Stars running for 22 more days. This one refunds you for some of the resources used to level different aspects of a character. The runtime on this one will carry over into the next banner, so you still have a lot of time to decide who you want to level up to get these refunds back. We're also still running the daily check-in event for 22 more days. You'll need to log in a total of 7 different days in its rotation to receive 5 standard and 5 limited banner pulls. We also have a double drop event in this game for the next 2 days. I might be mistaken, but I believe this is the first time this double drop event also worked on the weapon and skill material. I thought it only worked on the XP material, but either way, there's a lot of juicy bonuses here. And finally, the newest event is a very simple rail-guided experience. It has 9 days left and is very, very quick for 400 astrite. Just turn your brain off and grapple from point to point, admiring the world around as you get handed free astrite. The Wuthering Waves Battle Pass has 22 days remaining. The Tower of Adversity, aka the Spiral Abyss, has 6 days left, so stop by and get a pull or 2 from there. And the item exchange tab of the shop has 22 days remaining, so be sure to spend your oscillated coral to get 7 of each kind of banner pull. That's 7 limited characters, 7 limited weapon, and 7 standard weapon or character. And that's all for the deadlines. The last thing to mention is to not forget your weeklies. The weeklies for all 3 of the games I mentioned reset Monday morning every week. And those weeklies include doing your battle pass if you care for the weekly section of the battle pass, doing your weekly bosses. On Wuthering Waves, your databank resets every week, which makes it so that your next 15 boss kills have increased chance of dropping their echoes. On Zenless, you need to take pictures of cats for some small rewards, and then also head over to the Hollow Zero for some polychrome rewards in the bounty commission section. And then on Genshin, we also have the bounties and requests that reset every week. And that's everything. Like what I do, consider a like and subscribe. If you think I left something out, feel free to leave it in a comment. Thanks for listening and have a good one.